Copado's AI solution is designed to accelerate the end-to-end DevOps lifecycle with a suite of AI super agents that spans throughout the plan phase to build, test, release, and operate. Your DevOps team's activities, they all revolve around language. For example, think about requirements gathering, coding, testing, generating release documentation and training guides, right? These are all areas where AI has the power to transform the workflow. And it's going to do so by increasing the speed and increasing the quality of the work that your team is constantly engaging in. And this allows them to achieve beyond their human potential. And so let's begin with the plan agent here. A few weeks ago, I recorded a meeting with a coworker where we discussed a case escalation feature that we want to implement. And so I uploaded the transcript into my Copado AI workspace. And this allows for me to ask the plan agent to create a user story for me so that I can quickly move into the building phase. And the great thing about this is all these sections you see here, acceptance criteria, functional specs, technical specs, and so on, you can actually define this in your guidelines. I uploaded a document of guidelines to this workspace, and now my entire team gets to benefit from it, and it ensures that the user stories are always going to be formatted in a uniform and in a standardized way. So even just think about how much time the plan agent can save by simply spinning up these requirements and making sure that the requirements gathering part of the process is not a bottleneck. Now, as a developer, I can interact with the build agent to generate the code needed for, in this case, the escalation assignment user story. And this code that you're seeing generated here, it's going to be based on the context that the plan agent provided in the user story. And it's going to follow our development guidelines, which is another document that I uploaded to this workspace to enforce general rules and best practices and so on. And we see all of those listed right here. Now let me toggle over to the test agent. Now working with AI, it's going to result in a much higher throughput for the team. And more user stories of changes means that there's going to be a lot more testing that needs to be done. And we don't want testing to become a bottleneck of its own, right? And so I'm going to ask the test agent here to create a manual test plan for me. And so testers, right, they have the ability to work with the test agent to help them create these plans, help them create regression tests to properly vet all the additional innovation that they're getting. And so you can see the AI here building out those scenarios, building upon the context provided by the plan and the build agents. Now, these test plans, they can also be converted into automated test scripts because the Copado test agent is an expert in our robotic testing solution that creates tests with highly legible keywords. And so that is what we're seeing right now. And this great productivity gain from a testing perspective, right, whether it's converting manual test cases or even converting existing Selenium scripts, the test agent can help with quite literally all of it. Now, what I want to do here is switch into the release agent. So I'll select the release agent. And when these changes are deployed to production, it sure would be nice to have comprehensive release notes for people to digest. The release note, or the release agent rather, can help me with exactly this, among other things like resolving deployment errors. And so what I can do is take that time that was previously spent generating release notes, and I can reinvest it into other areas of the DevOps lifecycle to bring even more innovation to the business. Now, what we can do here is we can take any sort of guidelines that you've seen previously, and we can apply those to the way that the generalized notes like release notes or training documentation is also created. And so I'll click into the operate agent and I'll ask the operate agent to pull together training plans and documentation for end users in Salesforce based on everything that's being shipped to production. And this is going to help increase adoption rates, and it's going to help my company get the most value out of Salesforce in the features that are being delivered. And so again, following that proper documented process and now easily digested by the team. And you can see how the AI super agents provide this holistic solution and truly accelerate every stage of the DevOps lifecycle. Without AI to cover them all, what you end up doing is risking running into a bottleneck at the planning stage or testing, even with end user adoption. But Copado's AI provides a solution for every member of your DevOps team, and it allows for each of them to exceed their own human potential.